$7,000. That's how much allegedly Jewish influencers are being paid to spread pro-Israel propaganda on the internet. And if you're online at the moment, you'll know what I'm talking about. So lately, an article was released by a left-wing Israeli news outlet who just doesn't understand the concept of shooting oneself in their own foot, which is what they seem to be doing, spreading rumors to make a point to prove something to the government that the whole world will then use against us. And right now, it is just rumors. It is unfounded. There is no sort of proof for this. And honestly, I wish there was. I wish two things. I wish we were getting paid that amount of money. That would be nice. And number two, I want somebody to accuse me of being paid $7,000. I haven't yet been accused. I'm taking that quite personally online, but we'll get there one day. So anyway, if you're online and if you're watching any pro-Israel influencers, you'll start to see the $7,000, $7,000, $7,000 thing, which is basically people accusing anybody online who is pro-Israel of the fact that our government is paying them so much money, huge amounts of money, because they can't wrap their head around the fact that maybe people out there just want to be idealistic because they believe it's true without being paid, right? They just can't help themselves thinking that. But it really got me thinking, the system here is very systematic. Their pro-Palestine, anti-Israel propaganda has kind of hit like a textbook system. And I was wondering to myself, why now? Why is the $7,000 thing happening at this very moment when they could have used this to discredit pro-Israel influences months ago, years ago even? It was kind of silent, except for these comments like, oh, how much are you getting paid? And now it's getting out of hand. And then, my friends, it hit me. The reason why this is happening at this very moment just all made sense. But first, before I tell you what the reason is, have you subscribed? Are you following the page? Have you hit the follow button? Please, please, not just liking and commenting and sharing with your friends, but please, please follow us. It's free. And it makes a massive difference to the growth of the page to know that people out there are subscribing. It helps other people get the word out. And if you're appreciating this content, maybe somebody else will. And so please, all you have to do is follow. 85% of you haven't. And I want to get that number down to 0. So please, please, please subscribe. And if you want to check out our merch and support the page, which we would love, you can always check out meirak.com, where we sell this fantastic mug in which I drink my coffee every morning. But let's get to the point of the matter. And it all made sense everything made sense when I saw this headline. Qatar paid $16 million to 250 US officials to lobby Trump influencers. Guys, the reason they're coming after the Israeli influencers now, the Jewish influencers now, is because actually they're trying to cover up the story that Qatar has been paying the anti-Israel influencers. And this makes so much sense. Why does it make so much sense? Well, because just the fact that whenever they see somebody online posting about Israel, the first thing that they ask in the comment section is, how much is the Israeli government paying you? It got my mind thinking months ago. Like at the beginning when I first saw this comment, the first thing that hit me was like, the only reason you would think that is because you're being paid for your narrative, right? Like, why would you think that? When you see somebody doing something nice for somebody in the street, you don't immediately assume, oh, they're doing that because they're being paid, unless you were recently paid to do the exact same thing, which means all the people who are coming after us saying how much you're being paid, they're being paid themselves. You with me? You on the logic? And so it makes sense to me now that the reason they're coming after the Jews for being paid is because they're trying to hide the fact that they are being paid. And by the way, I have evidence of this. I was speaking to an influencer in the United States, a big one, and they said to me, hey, don't say anything, please, about Qatar. Don't ask me any questions about Qatar. I'm not allowed to say a word. I don't want to be on record, off record, because there's some stuff that I might lose out if I say anything against Qatar. And when I heard this, I was like, boy, excuse me. That's bad. Why is Qatar coming after you? But it made me realize this is everywhere. Qatar trying to influence influencers as much as they can by paying them. And I mean, we don't even have to talk about the concert. Have you guys seen the concert? The insane concert that's happening right now. I don't know if it's in Saudi Arabia or whatever. They're flying in for hundreds of thousands of dollars, like all the top comedians, to kind of just like legitimize these Arab countries. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, hundreds of millions are probably going into these concerts. They love paying people to get people to do what they want. That's their strategy, and that's why they're accusing us of it. And that's why right now Jewish influencers everywhere are being paid $7,000. And I just have to say, maybe one day I'll have the honor of being either accused of this or actually getting that amount of money to make content. That would be absolutely wonderful. But until that day comes, I have to unfortunately tell you, our government is not right now paying us $7,000 a post. They are not doing that. And maybe that would be a much better way of spending taxpayer money than, I don't know, on like the Pay for Slave program. But that's a conversation for another time. Thank you for your attention to this matter.